Guys, it is Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. It is 6:15. It is 75 degrees. I'm cruising home after a long day at work. And I wanted to finally answer the challenge, the 3x3 challenge, I think they're calling it. But it's really just wondering how the pandemic has affected people's riding. Now, WaltinPa nominated me for this. I watch Walt quite a bit. He does some pretty good stuff. I like his voice. I like his vlogging. He's fairly new at both the riding and the vlogging, but he does a pretty good job. So check him out, WaltinPa. Anyway, he nominated me to do this 3x3 challenge, which really is just a how the pandemic has affected my riding question. And I guess at the end you're supposed to nominate 3 people to do the same. Now, I do know that this is a fairly old challenge, and a lot of people, I'm sure, have already done it, and I'm sure I've missed, a lot. So before I even start explaining how it's affected my riding, I'm going to say that I would love to see Snowbird Biker, Old Guy on a Bike, and KMS Rider do this challenge if they have not already done it. And if you want to do it, great. If you don't, hey, that's no problem either. But check out those channels. Old Guy on a Bike and Snowbird Biker, both up in Canada. Snowbird Biker, he will go to Florida for the winter, but he's been cruising around Nova Scotia doing some great vlogs. Love the stuff he's doing. Old Guy on a Bike, I was watching him previous to my deciding to do it as a motovlog instead of just making videos, which was, by the way, a great decision. But he tows a trailer around and does solo camping, solo trips all over, Canada and North America here, the United States, and I just love his videos. The whole camping thing, the way he talks about everything, his descriptions of it all. Recently added a drone, which Snowbird Biker did as well. Check those guys out. And KMS Rider, fairly new. Would love to see people checking his channel out, see his subscriptions grow a little bit, although probably surpass mine in no time. Anyway, how the pandemic has affected my riding. On a daily basis, it really hasn't affected it too much. I still have to work. I was considered essential. I never lost any time at work, and I would ride to work whenever I could, just like I do when it's not a pandemic. It did affect some trips. Now, at the beginning of the pandemic, when they first started talking about staying home, staying safe, staying away from people, I actually even made a video about it where I elected not to ride on, a full day ride. It was my day off, beautiful weather, and I chose not to ride because I thought that was the right thing to do. Well, I quickly changed my mind. Probably a week later, had another beautiful day on a day off, and I thought, you know what, I'm socially distanced on a motorcycle. If anybody's within 6 feet of me, then we're going to crash. And I thought, well, I'll just take it easy so that I don't end up taking up hospital space that might be used for COVID patients. And I just took it easy and took my day-long rides. And I just brought everything with me that I would need for snacking and for drinking and all that, so that I didn't have to stop anywhere and run into people. And that worked out great. What it has affected is, this was the year that Lisa and I decided we were going to take 3 weeks off and go to Colorado. hadn't quite figured out how we were going to get out there, whether we were going to ride, whether we were going to put the bike on a trailer and just haul ass out there. Really weren't sure yet. And then the pandemic came along and we decided, nope, we are not going out of state. We are not staying in public places. And therefore we ixnayed on the Colorado trip. So as far as riding goes, that's how COVID has affected me. There was one other thing that COVID indirectly affected. I think you probably know by now that earlier in the spring, I ended up getting hurt at work and I missed 6 or 7 weeks of work. And I literally counted it out. I went 46 days without riding my motorcycle. Either one. It was horrible. Now, I say indirectly because what happened is I am a mailman. Worked for the United States Postal Office. I have done this since 1987. And when this pandemic hit and everybody got told to stay home, well, people needed their essential things. They needed to order stuff. They didn't want to go to the store, didn't want to go to Wally World and risk, getting infected by other people. So people discovered that ordering online, this stuff would get delivered right to your door. Now, tons of people have been using this. Well, they were using it at Christmas and birthdays. Well, now, a lot more people decided they were going to order online. Amazon took off, and our parcel volume at the Postal Service just got crazy. We have been delivering more parcels every day since this began than we did during our Christmas rush last year. It's just insane amounts of packages that we're delivering. And these packages can be anything from, a roll of stamps that doesn't weigh anything to a lot of people are ordering cat food, dog food, cat litter, heavy boxes. Loading them into these little tiny trucks that we use to deliver mail, that were designed to carry mail, not parcels, is a Tetris-type challenge. And hunching over in these LLVs, they're called long life vehicles, they're small, you can't stand up in the back, and if you're trying to load a bunch of parcels in, especially heavy ones, and you're trying to get these parcels in and out of the vehicle when the vehicle's already full, it's physically demanding. And I hurt myself working out of the back of the truck with a heavy parcel. So I indirectly associate that with the pandemic. And so in that sense, the pandemic took away about 6 weeks of prime riding for me in the middle of the spring and early summer. And that hurt. Oh my gosh, I was suffering there. I mean, not only was I in physical pain and feeling pretty frustrated because I couldn't do anything, but the emotional toll of not being able to get out on my bike was rough. And so, yeah, that is one of the things that it has affected, and the trip to Colorado. Other than that, it's pretty much just normal, everyday riding for me. So I want to thank WaltinPa for nominating me. Check out his channel. Check out the other channels I mentioned. And I will let you go. I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe, but most of all, stay happy. Motor Ramblings out.